Went back to that whiteboard and made some sense of it with their markers. For them, yes. Complexity, though, well, they're trying to be the beacon of NA hope, and we're going to find out if that can possibly be the case here in Group D. On the mics, it's Alex and Chad, and we're ready to kick this one off on Dust2. So, without further ado, take it away, gentlemen.
Thank you very much. Complexity and Ego looking to see how Group D wrestles through on our second day of play, all the way towards Long and Quick, and it looks like they've got three silently ready to receive. Off the flash and nice shot. He's Grim, the mechanics on display already. He goes down, and JT's already posted his name quite quickly. Junior, a two-piece bargain bucket. And Fiku wondering if he can even pick up that bomb. I think this one's done. Got Chad Spongeburshill with me. How are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. 1xBet odds at the top of screen going to be favouring Complexity in this one here. And there it is. The final kill from Floppy onto Fiku. Just to note, before they went live, or as they were going live, Floppy said, let's make this one 8 OTs. And Ego responded with, let's make it 10. So obviously having a bit of fun with what happened yesterday. But that's a great start. And I'm almost positive that is the same pistol round that Ego tried to run yesterday, or very similar to the one that they tried to do against Na'Vi. Because JT had that one booked immediately with that counter flash and the beautiful
And it was
shot.
exactly the same buy in the second round after the loss. Ferland buys a scout. And, well, he's got 1 HP, a paperclip, a magpie, anything.
A magpie now, they have been known to take out an eye or two. They'd be swooping in springtime, the old magpies.
Got to hope he hasn't got any shiny buttons on his jacket.
Yeah, curious that he opts to go for this, right? As the only individual of the team to invest in a round. So he might be the scout specialist, a bit like Apex.
We'll see if he gets the Mac 10 again.
That's right, yeah. And they did have some real odd buys, didn't they? They didn't get too many rounds on this. Oh, shots whistling past his teammate's head there. Fang is close towards the door, but you can see him tucked on in. No dramas, no dramas. It's, oh, JT, you're going to farm him up. 1, 2, should be more.
This is exactly what happened last time, a double MP9 frag.
It was head trick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I'm having some sort of weird fever dream where this is exactly the same. I swear if this is 16-1.
If they go lower dark now and kill the two guys defaulting who just run like a truck.
And if Milky and Fiku win a 2v5 or 2v4.
With a picked up AWP.
And it's the only round they get. I don't know. Okay, we're getting a bit crazy now. And in fact, Ferland, a deviation. He's going Tech-9 util. And this is the downside of the CTs investing in those 2 SMGs. Great to farm up in that previous, but now you've got FAMAS MP9 up against 4 very scary Kalashnikov.
It's the same util set. Milky and Fiku both going through tunnels now. It's no bit in lower dark this time round. Fang still up close and personal towards the mid doors.
That's a very early smoke to underhand. Is that just a question of Fang not willing to take the head-to-head immediately? Oh no, he's got plans. He gets a little bit of a gap and could catch an Inquisitive T if Ultimate doesn't cross his Ts.
Yeah, it's a different Xbox smoke that they're throwing, right? It isn't the one that lands on top of the Xbox and covers as much. So I think Fang was just trying to see if he could catch anybody slipping. But they've been given a bit more respect here, right? Ego had a rough time of things. Now they've poked their head out mid. Fang is going to crossfire with Grim, who's tucking on towards CT spawn. Smoke to divide. This one here gives them the opportunity to peer on into CT, but they're setting up for what should be a cat execute. 4 players currently reside. Lehman towards Long.
I've seen this before. Okay. I mean, you're going to trifle with Junior. He has got the perfect weapon for the job. He can't let this one go. He's got the AUG on car. Now, he's actually choosing to play in front of it. Not necessarily just that little headshot, so he will be quite a sitting duck for those AKs as they swing in. Oh, good flash. Bit of ground covered, and that's the fall of Furlan eventually. Response. Silenced, and the bomb to be planted. So 4v4 for this retake, and those AKs are scary. Lehman's alive and kicking from Long. Fang just charging up mid to try and find a trade. Fiku, in the meantime, does take down that Junior AUG. And Lehman, he's cool for it. It's just Floppy and CT. This doesn't feel like a retake worth going for.
Floppy has the kit here, right? So hanging around, see if they can find anything. I'm sure Fang would love a free upgrade as well. Get himself something a little bit tidier here. If JT communicated that Lehman is low on HP, you might see Fang hang around. But you're right, they are going to operate with the save here. So Ego are going to get the first round on the board within the first 3. So that's not too shabby whatsoever. It was a bit more of a bonus from Complexity there. And hoping that the AUG gets blown his way. I'm about to go off.
Try. Ooh. Oh.
Even just the kit in the doors would be nice, you know, but that's an extra $400 he could save himself going forward, but not able to pick anything up, doesn't want to take the risk, doesn't want to give over the Kevlar and the MP9, but he'll give that MP9 over to JT, I do believe. Double AWPs immediately responded with from Complexity going into gun round number 2. Grim's actually going to have the MP9 in hand. And, well, what's JT? They're juggling it across here. So Grim into a Famus, Floppy with the MP9, and JT onto an M4. All right. Well, the buys are out. No WP for the T side just yet. The exact same util set in play again.
Dorping. And already about to be tested. Junior knows there's one tucked in there and actually opts to fall off, assuming there'd be a flash or, a nade on his nose. Good call. Gets away unscathed and more to come. Heavy mid lean for the CTs. And Junior
shot
takes one to the shin of Ultimate. Fiku cut down as well. It's really quick. Milky finds both of the mid defenders. Is that B? Yeah, pretty isolated is Floppy. And Grim, what is going on here? He doesn't find Fiku immediately, but down into a 3v3 we go.
In a bit sketch now. They know that Junior was over towards short with the AWP as well. Grim is pivoting top side. Floppy's still locking down B, and it is a 3v3. Now, right now for the T's, they have 2 smokes. So if Ago were able to regroup with Milky... Oh, I was going to say they could just do the long cross here, but he's going to drop that one out for the crisscross again. And he goes down, so just caught slipping right there as the last 2 are spurred forward, Furlan and Lehman, to get this one done.
Still gets awkward if the bomb goes down. 2 ops for a retake is not ideal. There is no smoke for this cross. Junior's got a real opportunity. The run boost will make it interesting. It's an arcade game for Junior.
Oh.
Not run boosting.
And they didn't use the smoke of the molly either. It's going to start fading in a moment, gentlemen.
Here it comes, and there we go. He's across.
Safe.
30 seconds for the plant. No one has crossed the line drawn in the sand. Short, unoccupied. CT, the same. As long as they don't feed Junior here, Furlan has just got to worry about long side. It's not the best of plants, but still can be held and punished from long.
Yeah, what's the play here? So Floppy has a smoke. So worst case scenario, they just smoke the bomb, they can get the defuse coming through, but they need to get through this crossfire. Furlan is focused towards long. He might hear some of those steps coming up short now as bomb about to be halfway gone.
First click is a big one for Lehman, and he hasn't been able to find lethality. Different axis, good pick. Grim goes down and well ahead of the pack.
Safe.
Yeah, well, this was 2 ops. Floppy dropped one of them in pursuit of the M4, and it's Furlan again, knocks the head. Junior retreating to maintain that AWP and maybe catch one on that way out.
Oh, it's a nice frag to get, isn't it? But it was a number advantage situation, and it just looked like a bit of a sloppy retake. The ideas weren't there. They were unable to trade off of one another, and they drop a second round here. So 2 consecutive for Ago, as they're doing good now that the guns are out.
Well, they did it better in the first 4 than they did in the 17.
Yeah, so they've already doubled their round score.
Nice. Always satisfying. Can't wait for the triple. But run boosting across, how much does he see? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, so well handled there. I thought they had flubbed that completely, right? The molly smoke that you drop, or the molly you dropped for the smoke, they didn't actually use that in their favor, but stayed cool, calm, and collected. And right now we just see a bit more of a standard default spread here, especially with the lower dark push. You can have an extra man in upper tunnels with no drama. So Furlan, Milky, and Fiku. Ultimate to patrol around mid. Grim, very aggressive, and Junior through lower dark as well, Alex. This might get sketch.
Very sketch. Junior bringing in the only threat into a very forward position, and it is in the right spot to punish here. JT could get info, and they may assume it's clear if JT does aggress. All of their backs are turned. Junior might need to activate as well, but the bomb is going to be late, you know. The bomb's coming in, they might hear it. They do, and they fragged him. Orb for JT. Get away, got the bomb. Real hot water now as JT continues to wreak havoc on Ago. 2 orbs posted up on tons. You ain't getting that bomb anytime soon. Look at this, the double J combo.
Lehman can ruin this. He's still coming through lower dark. There's time, and they're not accounting for Lehman right now.
Not. Yeah, you're right. They are at least safe and sound for now as they look to isolate.
Sorry, what?
It's okay. Lehman, though, has the bomb and a bullet in his ribs. It's a JT 4K. 10-2. That's quite a resuscitation from yesterday.
Yeah, look, he had a rough go of things yesterday, old JT. I think the best highlight he had was the clutch on the B-bomb side of Ancient, and he's already done better than that here. So a massive round for him. Walks on in. Thank you very much, Ultimate. I will take the bomb and an AWP.
Hits this too.
Yeah, it gets really awkward in tunnels for a second. I'm wondering, why are they both pushing into B with the bomb down in upper dark? It's getting real crazy.
It's because Lehman's coming breathing down the back of their neck.
And they pull it off.
Okay, different split up. We're actually going to have Lehman boosted up. It does mean that he can find some effectiveness with just that Desert Eagle should they need info or pursue it. Look at that. 2 incendiaries and a HE. Grim might die.
And because that second one's deep, yeah, exactly. Oh, not clearing his corners. Right, that is a great play that they've gone for. Close molly to dissuade, deep molly to push them back, but not accounting for the boost. Oh, rifle was given over. Short-lived.
Yeah. And that's a 3rd incendiary. So the numbers game implies it's at least 2 towards A side.
But now they have an M4 to work with. That's going to bolster their weaponry. A Galil, a Scout, a reaggress from JT. I like it. I really do like this.
Yeah, I think he's realized this is the recipe for success.
He's gone the Carrigan model here.
Yeah, well, the Mopos no armor model as well. He's got full info. Yo, this is such a gift for the Complexity squad. Fang posed, ready, pulls the trigger, and unable to convert the second. That difference.
Yeah, shouldn't repeat this. He should just worry about tunnels now. Let Floppy mop this up, and he will. 1 and 2 for Floppy. Last man standing. Fiku with that Galil in hand.
Well handled. Oops.
Counter-Strike timing there, isn't it? Just to look away. Fiku will profit 1. So good damage to the economy here, but likely just to hold on to this or try and scoop that M4 up to take that into the next round of play. It was a mixed buy where they got what they could. Now, a couple of nuggets here. If you didn't join us yesterday, Dust2 against Na'Vi was quick. It was painless, but Mirage, that was quite the affair. And Ultimate, who he's yet to get a kill, was very handy on the AWP. Looked like he had really strong mechanics.
Yeah, I saw a couple of Warpers commenting. I saw Smooya in particular was besotted by what he was seeing. And I think it was just the speed by which he was reacting, combined with his consistently providing the must-hits. You know, he was doing everything an AWPer needed to. Also happened to be winning the head-to-head with Simple, which I couldn't stop getting out of my mouth, but it was impressive nonetheless.
Yeah, I think the thing there was his only struggles were against Perfecto and those clutches, right? Oh. And those clutches could have ended up being the difference maker. So he was great. I'd love to see some more. And there's a couple of other players in this AGO roster. I like some of the moments from Fiku. I like the mental resilience of Milky to get back into the game. Yeah. So, yeah, a bit more to sink our teeth into today as we go towards long with a flash. Might be an eco spray down here, Alex. Everyone's favorite. Oh, well, there's the one flash.
I don't think I can make a 3.5-inch floppy joke anymore, can I? Because, oh, damn, that's gonna hurt, and it's over. Nice combination for the long players, getting to farm up some frags. But I mean, were you floppy disking in school?
I was, yes.
Yep, same. I think at one point I had to hand them in. You know, like you'd have 2 floppy disks pinned to the top of the paper.
I just know, like, that was back in the day where, you know, the old man would keep the bookwork. Yeah. On the floppy disk.
That's true.
Yeah, so they were
filed,
very protected, the old floppy disk. And then they released something that was a bit thicker.
Yeah, there was a girthy.
Yeah, I don't know what that was called.
Yeah, there was.
Then we went to the CDs.
And don't forget the mini disc. The future was then and now.
Short-lived, wasn't it?
It was. JT's feeling himself. It works well. And again, they just fall. Junior in support. A double casualty for the boys of AGO.
Yeah, we mentioned this yesterday against Na'Vi. They just play this default so quick, right? They're so quick in towards lower dark. They don't take their time. They're not really using any flashes that mid players can't help trade out. So if you just copy exactly what Na'Vi were doing, right, you're going to be able to hit some of the same shots right there. And look, it wasn't the double kill like Bit was getting, but JT gets one, Fang grabs the other, and the round, well, it's quickly falling apart here.
But I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, you know, from a professional player perspective, Chad, it's safe to assume Cold watched the AGO Dust 2.
100%.
Like, they've watched it all. So if anything you could take away from that was, these boys, A, are quick, and B, Bit killed 2 people every time he went lower dark.
Indeed. So it's definitely something to try and exploit here, as well as worming up mid. Grim's towards T-Spawn. Junior is the only one that might get caught off guard here. He is peering towards back cat, or strikes Lehman down 6-2. And yeah, look, I liked what the desk was saying, like they have conviction in their map. Oh, it was Junior with the second, sorry. Not Fang's AWP. But I like the conviction to go back for the map choice you had against Na'Vi, because if you think you were going to pick that against Na'Vi, well, then it's good to try it again against Complexity. But if you haven't adapted your approach at all, and you're going to continue to do the same things where you got destroyed yesterday and expect it to work, even though it is a lesser opponent, you got to be a little bit delusional with that. Whereas one of the keys for Mirage was the amount of depth they were having on their T side and the different strategies that they were running. So, curious here.
Yeah, I mean, I know that they've been having a really slow start to the year. I think they've got 1 win on record of 2022. Yep, that is the case. And Na'Vi, of course, the biggest scalper that they've played and conceded against. I'm just interested to see how much of their Dust2 they've been playing. It is actually quite an even spread. Over the last 3 months at least. Yeah,
the thing with these AGO results is it feels like these guys change roster all the time. Yeah. So it's really hard to put too much merit. That's why I'm treating them as this is their... No, I know it's not their first outing, but their first outing.
They are, speaking of outing, completely out of long doors. They've got 5 men committed, and I think one of them is going to consider just going back to make sure that information isn't hoovered up immediately. They are being respected, though, and I think Part and parcel of that is their understanding that there's probably some Tech-9s and a Poppy play to come. 3 AK-47s, though. This is the downside of when you get stomped early in the CT half of your opponent. Na'Vi had the same thing, you know, that one-shot headshot advantage is just nullified, and if you don't start chipping away at them, it can spiral into a very quick half.
They're having fun with this, right? JT forward, I am liking a bit more of the heads up, and he should be backing himself individually, right? You don't want to get full in-game leader syndrome. Now, they've given up 2 kills here. This should still be Mop, Junior, Fang, Floppy.
It's 2 AKs.
Yeah. If they were able to scurry out quick mid to B, they could isolate a fight, but double AWPs on A.
Yeah, it's a win on its own. Just making sure that they don't fall back into CT hands. They will have to make a decision now with 3 players alive.
I feel like a broken record, but the lack of the plants was a problem, right? And it's a problem here again. And I guess that's going to happen when you're giving up.
Hey, that's nuts! Fiku jumps again over Junior's scope. That's twice you've managed to pull the wool over the AWPer's eyes. Don't peek in. Oh, you give it to him and put it to him. Fang out down 2, and they're doing it.
It's these 2 for the clutch. Well, it's a little bit later than last time, but it's happening again.
The script. It's so predictable, or maybe not. Floppy to change the dialogue now. Fiku has to come up clutch. He gets the plant. No. Molotov spread, courtesy of that smoke. He stands and delivers 4 kills from Fiku and puts a 3rd on the board with nothing spent. It's just a couple of pistols.
Jeez, I can't believe that got out of control. I was not accounting for the run boost. And when you saw the scope there, you didn't see the player land whatsoever. This is Junior's POV. He doesn't see anything. Like, he literally sees nothing until the bullet is in the side of his head. So made to look like a bit of a clown right there.
That's gangster, man.
Yeah,
That's
it's
so
actually
cool.
worked. Normally when the AWP's mid-long, that does nothing, right? But he's playing a more of a forward position with the AWP and just gets destroyed. So there's one back for Ago.
Wow, and you do not see that every day. Leeman out long, the double wall of smokes, but how down goes Grim through him?
Jump through it.
It was a smoke assist. I'm not sure how much they saw of him. This could go wrong. Leeman alive, maintains the man advantage.
Those were the 2 that gave up the early deaths last round as well, right over towards shot. I didn't think it was going to get out of control. JT's flub spray and then Grim going down as well. How? Okay, but those 2 are dead once more, and this is the flip of the script here. It's not just multi-kills within Lower Dark, and it's the double AWPs again with a long reaggress. Floppy's walking into 4 here.
Floppy delivers. And Junior's ready for that re-swing. Fiku gone, will not have another chance to play. Junior's cancelling everyone. And the barrel confirms his suspicions. He's not falling for any of Ultimate's silly games. And nice control, nice restraint from Junior. He gets 13 and counting, 3 as he saves them. Yeah,
made up for the last round, didn't they? Okay, so immediately responding 7-3 now. Still a very good CT side so far and likely to post a couple more as back into an odd-looking buy. Ago, Galils, Tech-9s. You heard it all before. There was just the spam, just holding down the trigger there to get Grim. But great stuff on the long reaggress. Now, these type of maneuvers they were doing yesterday against Heroic weren't netting them anything. Heroic just stood, waited, and delivered the kills, whereas it seems to be working around on Ago this time.
Yeah, I think they want to get into their heads on long. See if they could manufacture a similar result. One of them done. Leeman's out of the round. Tucks one in as well. It's Grim this time with some revenge. Justifies himself as he gets 4. Nearly the full ace. USP switch was good. There's some quick-ass frag in here. And it got 90 seconds still on the clock. It's a 1v. Oh. It's over. It's actually over. Round 11, a quickie. Damn, so many resources pumped into that.
Yeah, they're all in on long, right? And then on the fade, Milky, if he could have gotten away, he could have actually tried to play out this round here. So the complete biff just going down, bodies thrown all across the map. And Grim almost with the ace.
Nicely done. This USP was a nice touch. Caught out on the swing, finds the dink into Furlan and converts it. So feeling himself, and also after the last death on long when tested, it's going to be a bit of a redemption from him. Oh, ready and waiting. Junior gone. That's Scout v AWP.
Felt like it was going to happen, didn't it? You could just see the crosshair perfectly placed and Junior's head walking straight on in. Number advantage early, and it is a lighter buy again. Can they do it again?
It shouldn't be more than just that opener, but JT, that's not going to cage his aggression. He wanted some info top mid, gets it, nothing there. And it will force Grim and JT to once again address long. Flashes will pull them closer. Timing on this is everything. If JT and Grim...
Yeah, they could be in no man's land. Grim's trying to cross pit.
Flashed. So blind.
Oh! Completely flashed from JT in 2.
It could have been so much worse for them.
Just save the day and maybe the round.
Yeah. That could have been 2 of them doing the dance, but JT pulls the trigger regardless of a white screen. 8 already. The half has been won by Cole, and this should be an extension of that. Smoke's good to keep Fang guessing. You can walk through it on a different angle.
Right.
Okay, Milky, what? And he's grabbed an AWP. He's no slouch on it. Doesn't get to ply his trade on the Zoom banger. But again, you got to give them some credit. Ego with nothing, often finding something. Grim this time has locked down the A site. They know Furlan was last spotted with his scout in mid.
Bit bigger this time around, isn't it? Able to scoop up that AWP and maybe something he might want to hold on to for Ultimate here. Now, the loss bonus into the next is maxed out, so Ultimate should be able to afford. Might change the decision tree. And walks on into JT, who will get his third. So great stuff from him within that round. Definitely the savior, retains the double AWP, gets them across. And it's curious, I think that one of the things that's a little bit different here is the pace at which Ego are playing does not allow your AWPer to work into the game. You're not setting him up for peaks. You're not posting him up like Jame in middle to get those rotations for the CTs going and crossing back from A to B and B to A. So they're not using Ultimate's AWP to its full advantage right now. The strats is how they're trying to get into rounds, and it's not working.
That last frag just now from JT puts him at 16, which means he has now, in this one half of Counter-Strike, in 12 rounds of Counter-Strike, fragged more than the entire series total from his opening game.
Great signs. That's really good signs, right? Because you never want in-game leader syndrome to be a thing, especially at this level. If you want to compete, your in-game leader has to be able to find some impact. And sure, you can call, you can come up with a strat, you can show everybody the geekiest flashes, but you still have to make sure you're getting it done in the server. And this is much better from JT today.
And would you say when that comes to that in-game leader syndrome, you can almost understand why when you're coming in, you haven't played a big LAN in a while, it's the first LAN for two of your teammates.
What's this?
Yeah, just pushing into Ultimate, and they're going to bring the fight up mid. Proper North American biff. Come up to fight and hit the headshots. JT takes two again. Just really letting himself off the leash.
I loved it. Just a quick change of pace from absolutely nowhere, and this round's basically done. A minute 35 on the clock and a 1-on-3.
We've had two sub-20-second rounds concluding. It's just Milky now, and yeah, they're set up. The trades favor them. A site is abandoned. The bomb within his reach. He'll be able to grab that now and make a decision from there.
It is curious how Complexity want to rejig this, because sure, it is a 1-on-3 and they are very likely to convert this, but they've actually allowed Floppy to be the rotator. Junior spotted, info for him, shot through, and now that the position is being honed on Fang can tuck in from lower, get the frag, and that's the round two. I was going to say, like, with the double orbs and where Fang was, it's an awkward position.
Yeah.
Right? It wasn't going to always be the easiest of times, but lucky to get the long-range duel. And that was a gun round from Ego that has just quickly dissipated here, as we will likely see another partial bite. But yeah, look at that. Straight through the smoke there. Aggressive stuff. Fang with a couple from this position. So this is, yeah, a complete different look for Complexity.
Well, you know what you've got to clear this time. Let's see if they can take their time with it.
Different angle. Go the same angle, JT. It worked for you before. It worked for Bit. It'll work again.
He's actually just not interested.
I've given it up. All right. Well, if you're not going to run at me, I'll sit and wait.
The new man lining up for the exec. Now, Fang's just arrived back on the site. They haven't made a peep. Here it comes. A wave of util. Fang ready to receive them. Slowed, distracted, fragged. Floppy still alive. Run down now. The Tech-9s are in. And this gets awkward for Fang. Still manages to post his name in the feed for another. He gets ultimate. A lot of that from Fang. 3 frags puts us into a favorable 1v2. Fiku, spotted on site, does have util. Grim's locked the door behind him. And that's what he wants to isolate now. But the fact there hasn't been a bomb plant sound implies Grim is getting a fight. No info from Junior. Hoping for Grim to get a little bit push happy. Doesn't need to, won't get it. Gets info, finds the head. A good duel, wins out M4v Galil, and he has got time to make haste to the A site.
Yeah, this is going to be curious. 30 seconds to go around the world here. So, Fiku, your timing's better be bloody spot on, mate. You are trying to pull the wool over Junior's eyes, who has crept further in towards the B bomb site now, dropping down mid 15 seconds. I don't think there's time for this at all.
It doesn't look like it, does it?
That's what I was thinking. 30 seconds to go around the world. You're being very... If he drops spawn and goes for the fight, that's his best opportunity. 5, 4...
He will. Round 15, the last of our first half here.
Yeah. Isn't it, though?
It is. And Ego are going to try and dust their shoulders off. Yeah, so it was a 30-second jog, and I reckon, how much longer did he need? Maybe 40? He's fully there and
he needed
planting.
another 5.
Yeah.
Well, that's a curious one, everybody.
Hey, it's brand new.
Yeah, it's not in any of the books I've read. But finally, will they allow Ultimate to work with this AWP? Boosted up, Floppy's aggression here will be met with Fiku's bullets. Lurk smoke back on through, and that's going to keep Fiku at bay for a moment or two. Still boosted over towards Suicide is Ultimate. Just parked on up, waiting to see if anybody wants to cross his line of sight. The smoke has faded now. JT keeping things awkward over towards Short, jumping for info. Grim is backing him up. And Junior top of A. So a different setup being pulled on out here from Complexity. Quite reluctant to take the long control, but realistically, they don't need it. Hinge smoke down. And maybe just a cat execute here, but JT, he's going to be on for a few.
He loves this. He's really actively engaging in the short fight and flashed it again. 2 of them doing the dance. Does manage to punish 1. So 1 and done, 4 on 4. There's still the default spread, but short is the goal. That's not going to stop Furlan walking forward. It's always a delicate balance to strike for Grim here. Doesn't have to overcommit, and there is a timer on that smoke fade. Ah, no, there isn't. In fact, it's been refreshed.
Perfectly timed now as well. There's going to be 10 seconds. They're going to have to push through this. What are you going to do? It's the last round, boys. You got to go for this one.
Floppy gets a freebie. Fiku doesn't clear his corners, and that surely confirms it's A. Yeah, Floppy thinks the same. Oh, it's awkward. Grim getting run into, and he is just going to stop him in the pass. A quick one from Ultimate. Nothing more. 12 already. Complexity hitting hard on the defense. We'll swap sides. It's time for Ago to show us if they can close the gap and demonstrate some value on their pick. Dust2, short-lived for Ago so far. Yes, indeed, Birchall. I'm counting 3 smokes, 5 flashbangs for the T side. Complexity 12, and only 3 for Ago. That's my Henry G impression.
I was going to say, you're doing a bit of homage to Henry there,
yeah,
huh?
I didn't
come back from the break, the arena's roaring, you're getting the util and the pistol round.
Listening to like the old clips just had me feeling a bit nostalgic, and I remember back from a break, once an event, Henry would look at me and say, let me take this one. Yeah. And he'd somehow hype up the crowd with his 5 different pieces of utility, and they're just going to charge straight through, up mid, giving them a taste of that biff that they did have thrown their way. It is a very large gap, and 1xBet seems to agree.
Yeah, now the fact they've gone aggro and have found nothing but information is a huge problem here, because Complexity still have the nades they need to do this long cross. Fiku and Ultimate are trying to contest from top site right now, at least for info, but they don't have a flash to push through the smokes. So if Complexity take their time, they do the double, they do the flashes, and they get on in, it will have to be done with bullets alone. So Fiku's already flashed on off, and here they come.
We've got a big fight ahead of us. This could be over quickly. Smoked across. Fiku takes 1 through the smoke. Ultimate, a likely clear. JT a threat for his denial.
Safe plan.
Can't stop it, but he can stop JT on short. They are now isolated on that bomb site. Ultimate's existence is enough of a nuisance. And nothing to be said about this one. Grim dancing with trouble. He's got too many heads closing in. A quick snap, but that'll do. That'll do nicely.
I'd love to see, did Fiku just get that kill randomly spamming, or were the smokes a little bit off there? Because it was quite strange, the pace at which they went to. Like, they weren't the set smokes. They're a bit more on the fly, it looked like there, to cross long. It was quite sloppy, all things considered, when we talk about Complexity having some pretty geeky ways to get on in. So, okay, so the smoke wall is up. He just, gets very fortunate there on a floppy, doesn't he? And that's how things kind of started to fall apart. Ultimate standing his ground with 2, and great stuff from Fiku. Look, he had that boo-boo before, but he's won a clutch, had a massive 4K.
This is a very hefty buy. With the bomb down, They are going to throw a lot of resources towards the upper tons early. Let's see if Junior can find a way in for them while they continue to clear out the aggressions. And there is aggressions, albeit from Fiku on this swing. Careful now. Has got the support from Doors. Furlan called upon. And Fang down. We have ourselves now a real problem for Cole. They put all their eggs into this basket and a wallbang battle. One out by Floppy. Space is taken. Ultimate is on notice. He's got to be careful. They exchange nades. And, oh, one to the head puts Ultimate low.
Mid to B or B is still the right call here. They're behind this CT smoke. They're boosted up and over, so cancel the mid to B being a viable opportunity. But back towards A they go. 3v4.
They go here. Lee-Man needs to find one. Needs one. If he goes down, untraded, that bomb will too.
They can plant using that smoke if they want.
Oh, it's making me nervous. He has to reload. It's up to USPs now, and Grim's still alive and kicking. Everyone's low, susceptible to Junior's scout, and down goes another. Ultimate falls, and so does this whole round.
Do you save? You got Fiku very, very low on HP. There's no defuse kit picked up right now, and Milky's giving this one a go.
Yeah, I mean, if he finds one, that long rifle from Fiku could be really everything. Milky's got to calculate this right, keep his eyes on the minimap. Fiku swings now, as does Milky. Two different sides, and looking for double. Only onto Junior's scout. They've got time for this. Don't have a kit, though. If he gets the first, problem solved. Time on his side. One more shot, and Junior puts a fork in it. This round is done. 13 already for Cole. Second round force.
That is probably one of the scrappiest rounds of Counter-Strike I've seen in a very long time. The amount of players not finishing their meal and the damage being done, and then it comes down to that. I can't believe they went for that type of a retake as well. They almost made it possible, but this lack of kit, time was always going to be the problem here. And going around the world, they get the kills necessary, but this is great from Junior, staying poised under pressure, gets himself 3 within the round, gets himself up to 18 kills in total. And it's going to be a force buy back the other way. Furlan scout out again, and he's gotten a tag early. Junior's been chipped on. Down to 61 points of health. 2 MAC-10s in play for Fang and JT. And they've stalled out on the long play.
Oh, that's a lovely little pop flash. Means he can take a lot of liberties in lower, but maybe Furlan's liberties are a step too far or not. Scout tag and frag.
They need to smoke the long cross here. They have to be worried about this scout. Lehman's seen this. He can stall it out with a smoke of his own.
And has dropped it. Suspicious for Grim to peek around that. You know there's going to be someone lurking. He-Man's gone. And so is the round. The hopes of this force converting. Looks like Dust2's got a bit of a conclusion set. Bomb has been planted.
Yeah, this one might be done and dusted. Oh, that's a nice shot from Milky. We'll get traded immediately by Fang. It is just Furlan to survive right now, and I'm sure he'd love to carry something through to the next round of play. But will they allow it? Floppy looking for info ramp. Fang starting to hunt now out short. Junior posted up towards long with that AK-47 in hand, and I think we could probably call this one done and dusted as Furlan is tucked all the way in towards the B-bomb site now. Ultimate saved his pennies, so he is going to want to get that AWP out, not in the next round, but the following. At that point, likely to be contending against 15, so he will be a key component and a part of this. And we do have Ancient coming up as the next map of play.
Ooh, yes, please.
So keen to see that one because the T side of complexity on Ancient yesterday was really good. Now, there was 2 key clutches. There was the Junior clutch and the JT clutch, which maybe made their T side look a little bit better than it was, but it was still a good haul. When they were up like 5 rounds, I was already saying, yeah, this is great, and they ended up with 7.
That's right. And it was against, you know, Heroic. It was like a team that really are at the top of the Ancient tier list. So, a lot to be said for them there, albeit with Ancient only being played twice in their total, so maybe I am actually exaggerating there, excuse me.
Yeah, it's just this year, right? That was their second Ancient game this year. Yeah. So, obviously, last year they played it a bunch. They always look pretty handy on the map to me.
And this is going to be a lot of USP dinks hitting Grim's skull, forces Fang into a passive stance, and 2 rifles falling into enemy hands now. Now, long given up. Scout on Furlan misses its first and won't get a second opportunity. Junior's gun bigger and better.
You can just stay posted like this now. They don't actually, well, he doesn't want to. I was going to say, they don't actually have to use the smokes. He could just stay posted up and punish them as they push through CT. Floppy trying to do the same with the rifle, and that works too.
Better than an AWP, actually.
Yeah, because you don't have to wait for the bolt. So good stuff, Floppy. Round saved. Fiku's AK-47 is forward of the molly and dead.
Punished. 22 and counting for JT. Good to see the good haul, and it could be a very good score. 16-4 is approaching.
For Complexity, if they want to steal that third spot in the group, and I know that 1, 2, and 3 are still up for contention, but I think everybody has Na'Vi and Heroic as 1 and 2 in any given order. Astralis beating EG yesterday now puts them in that conversation, right? We didn't know what to expect from Astralis with Farley, and we didn't know what to expect for EG after having a bit more prac time. But we learned a lot yesterday. Now I would say Complexity along with Astralis for that third spot. Here we go, out long.
This is the first test of what Aego's defense can provide. More flashes over. They are committing, or at least trying to get Junior out of that blue bin. He's full hard committed to this, and he's going to be... I was going to say struggling. Fiku's been caught, and Leeman will be his next victim. Nice find elsewhere, though. Grim has taken down Furlan. Ultimate still a threat in the feed. 1, but the site lost. And perhaps the map 2. Good shot. Takes down Grim, trying to find short info. He did tag up JT, may not have been aware.
Haven't planted here.
Oh, and more. Just chipping away. Milky suppressing, forcing fights, and they will say play on. Bit of a drop of the ball there. 3v2 goes through 2v0, 15 to 5.
I understand the call. The call was good, right? The fact that they responded so quick, because Junior, right, when he's stuck there, it's actually a good thing because you know that a player's locked into the fight. He had 2 players locked into that fight. So by getting a kill, that was great. It kept Lehman seated. But then that quick rotation by Ultimate catching 1 off guard, Lehman came straight back to respond to the fight on towards A, and it just felt like Complexity weren't ready for the quickness of all of that. So the fight's coming their way and just not prepared to deal with it. As they do get another buy back in Complexity. Could close it right here, right now. Ultimate's AWP has been retained, and he gets to post up long with a double doors peek. Now, he could stay here, right? Because there's always a long lurker. It's very, very likely that Grim will swing back into this. So this is almost a guarantee for Ultimate if he stays. And it looks like they're leaving him here, so there's a real chance for an opening pick.
It's time to play the waiting game. Loving our camera and obs team.
Problem is there's so much action elsewhere.
Fiku, yeah, he has actually pulled the plug on that successfully. Furlan tagged up.
Neither Ultimate or Grim have moved a single muscle. I'll keep tabs on that, and you boys keep focused on everything else. There it is. He just sat there for the better part of 40 seconds. And he gets the kill, gets an opening. So great stuff from Ultimate as they're forced towards A now. Looking like they want to execute up Cat with light util. This ain't going to be easy.
It's not. And a counter flash from Leeman doesn't achieve too much. He has pulled JT, or at least got the info. Can't seem to find the head. And now gap is closing. He's on a timer. 2 heads spotted on the advance, and he only does dink up 1. Is this it? Ultimate unable to contribute. Floppy's making it very scary. Now the bomb at least lost. They'll have to scoop that up. Time for Milky to get a bit closer to contribute. Furlan so low, cleared, but JT unable to finish his meal. We are getting into the nitty-gritty here. 20 seconds. And Furlan finding another. This low HP has no stopping him. Fang's running out of time. And distraction is the name of the game. 6 secure for Aego.
Rounds that look like are going to slip out of their hands here, they continue to claw back into. So this is good stuff. This is good stuff from Aego. Now, how far can they push the issue? They've been able to equip the double AWPs now. JT with a quickness into the site there. And yeah, look, have to go down to an eco now, Complexity. So this is where a real half can start being built by Aego now.
JT's going to feel hard done by on that one. He gave him so little of his head, but unnecessary nonetheless.
Oh, Floppy's with the Deagle bullet has kept them off long for a moment. The flashback, the util reigns supreme as they will have to give up that angle. Fiku on the jump spot, just seeing if they are lurking through the lower tunnels, which we can see 3 are. JT really leading the pack today, isn't he? I don't just mean with the kills, I just mean with his presence. He's always been flash forward, he's been looking for a fight, and this is much better. 130 ADR.
Yeah, that's not to be snuffed at, is it?
Looking to rock your body.
I just wish I'd paid more attention to Justin Timberlake's career.
I just know the prolific picture with him and Britney Spears wearing the full denim.
Oh, the double denim.
They loved it.
Everything's cyclical, Chad. Can't wait to see the casting desk in their double, triple denim.
I'm wearing denim right now, but it's not double denim by any means.
And the ramen hair.
The ramen hair. Well, Milky, here's your chance, mate, with that AWP to farm up a couple freebies. Or is it going to be a zinger out of the dig?
Oh, I could use a zinger right now. Zinger meal. Milky, no issues against these digs, and he's going to have a couple more fed into his jaw. JT's the one to provide the zinger. One more. It would be juicy. The crosshairs just to the right. He's piercing earlobes, and that'll do for JT. Fiku The one to post it. 7, the gap closes.
That's a curious investment there from Complexity, right? So they all bought a Deagle and some of them bought Kevlar and now they can't afford.
So I wasn't smart enough to quickly calculate it, but it did feel like it was a it was a deco, but with 4 people.
It was a heavy investment.
4 people with Kev, some even helmets.
Yeah, so now they're on another round, which would probably be much the same. They could invest a little bit more here, 2,900 into the next, so they could go for a bit more of a set piece. So utility and not just bullets this time around. You can see flashes by the boatload. That smoke from Grim would be great for doors, right? So if they just do a doors smoke from Grim,
lining it up,
and they just flash and go, it is just Ultimate who's playing back a site. He can get overrun here.
Very, very possible. And then you've got a very uncomfortable retake.
Erlen could be fast to respond from lower. That's the only key here for Ago right now.
He is going to activate. Ultimate. Oh, still gets one full blind, and the flank is now on its way. This does nullify the threat somewhat.
He's a coffin at this point.
Yeah, that's a better way to frame it. Oh, a missed shot. Slight opportunity now gone, and the nade to finish Floppy. Bang. And we've got ourselves an 8th for Ago. Well handled considering the threat, considering the isolated AWPer with only that potential flank. There's so many ways that could have spiraled out of control, but I mean, that's the dream scenario. You get another round, you got 5 people with all their bells and whistles still attached, a couple of extra nades to be accrued, but we are good to go. Round 24, game time. Ultimate got a second just through the smoke there. You see that on the replay.
Okay, well, what's the call from Complexity here?
Lots of long spawns.
Yeah, the thing is, it's been a fight at long consistently, so Floppy, you're committing to this. Out they go.
Charging. Leeman, Fiku here to receive. Leeman low, in fact 6 feet low. And there's another as well. Floppy provides through the smoke with Fiku gone. This is a 2-man advantage that they cannot let slip.
Fang's going to go down here. He's not going to be ready for this. Ferland should take this kill every day of the week, and he will. So one back info gathered here, and they are now locked towards long. Last round with the pistols locked in towards B. This time locked towards that long corridor right now. Ferland is jumping up mid. He's going to make sure that nobody can posture through there with the help of Milky, and here they come.
Ultimate's dropped that separating smoke. It's a bit of a different variation, but it is still going to hit the shot. JT gone. Grim can get both of them here. Nearly falls to the AWP. It's 2 AWPs, and they're still fighting, still hitting shots. Molotov out, but not dead if he didn't get blocked by the basket. He could just hit the wall bang, but he's going to be cleared. Nice find. Floppy posts it. Milky to fall and to conclude. Dust2. Milky wants to close it here. Oh, a chance. Junior lives on. An awkward duel and a 9th posted. I can't believe the way these rounds are going, dude. This is it's unique. It is very unique. We got
3v5.
Yeah, another one. Complexity will get their full buyout.
Yeah.
Oh, full.
The thing is, again, they weren't able to get the bomb down, right? So there's a bit of a drama here. I think Junior assumes that it's a good smoke. It ain't a good smoke at all. Massive gap there for Milky to work with.
Oops.
How much longer is this going to go on for? Nice little tag there for Junior onto Ferland, and a tag back onto JT, so a lot of damage done early here.
This is a proper Dust2 brawl, isn't it? Oh my god, look at the mid. Ferland.
He's going to be behind him. He's going to be behind him. He's got 2 kills.
Move.
He's got 2 kills here.
Wait, he might get more. They're just going to assume it's clear. Dude, the whole team's going to walk past him. JT's usually aware. He's been spraying smokes. Junior's posted up on it, and there we go. The 6th sense tingles.
I wonder if when he turned the barrel, if it came through the smoke at all there. That one's another 3-on-5. Come on, Complexity.
Can they dunk? Look how low they are, though. It just looks like we're about to get another ridiculous turnaround.
There's no HEs, though, right? So only the molly on Ultimate here.
And Ultimate, good for Fang. Fiku, fast flank, needs this, gets it. Bomb lost, and it's happening again. No. No. Complexity have lost their bomb. They have to break back into short now. A role reversal of sorts, and Grim could be their hero. Baby.
Scout, probably not what he was hoping for. And he should die on the cross to sight here. Oh, I like this.
Yeah, that is naughty, because you think Milky might overthink it. Oh, yeah, brain just clicked in. It's possible.
Here.
Really, really good awareness. And bang. What a recovery from Ago. Milky switched on. Grim, a nice attempt. And now they're back down to the doldrums of 3.9.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. How many 3v5 advantages here are they going to give on over? It's a great shot there from Ultimate onto Fang. That smoke is meant to be used as a one-way. He grabs the lurk on long as well, and then just the awareness of these two to pick up the necessary kills.
Dude, it's like 3v5s, but not only that, it's 3v5s with a double AWP.
Yeah.
And they're still handling business.
I think the deagle round that they had before into then that extra light buy with the Tech 9s, at that point you're thinking, boys, we can just close this now. But a timeout has been called, and a real discussion needs to come on through, because it was feeling all good. It was feeling all good before when it was single digits. Now that the scoreline is 15-10, you're starting to get sweaty palms. It's like, boys, can we just close one of these? Frustration would definitely be starting to mount now.
None of these players have... Oh, wait. Oh, no. Grim has played for Liquid before, so maybe he's...
He hasn't brought it with him, has he?
I don't know. Maybe he's still got the jersey in the cupboard. It is 15.
Well, him and Jason are in the building, maybe with their powers combined.
Especially with Fang probably going to be punching the desk as his plans are cut short. And they can just recede. I like that. Just get back in, batten down the hatches, and chill. Fiku didn't get the memo. He wants to just make sure they know he's boss.
They've given up long this time. And, well, Fiku and Furlan are taking back tunnels control right now. A lot of nades left in spawn, so that is going to be fantastic. You can see Lehman operating to play from spawn. Ultimate is going to play from the Gandalf position again, and if they do get across, they should just cop flak damage after flak damage, or bullets through a good 2, says Lehman. Grim down, just 2. I'll make it 3 now that JT's joined the pack here. JT, Floppy, and Junior all to try and press up long with 2 smokes to go again.
Well, they've got confirmation. Lehman does put his head into the Vice Genius crosshair, just a little shy.
Yeah, I don't think you're expecting him to pick as the smokes are being thrown. So Lehman there just dismantling this even more so. All 5 likely to stay alive here. I'm going to need to use the nades.
Yeah, no need.
Felt like a 360 jump on site just there.
Yeah, you could get extra star points. They were doing it yesterday as well. I think we saw a couple.
They like the 360s. Well, yeah, like I mentioned, Complexity's start to get a little bit hot under the collar here. This was theirs to lock down much earlier. Now they're being forced to work for this.
Is there a conversation to be had that the best option when you know you're losing and against a potent double AWP to try and end B, just because it's a quick B leaves those AWPs feeling like kind of useless?
As long as they have util left for the doors, right, to isolate at least one of those choke points. But if you're going to get yourself 2 openings at the start of a round, you can see they rush into these situations and they're giving kills back. Just wait. Just wait. Work out where the CT is. You're just running in and dying with absolutely no info.
And there's some info for Milky. He actually gets one. Fang can swing. Not expecting that. A big fight back. Furlan unable to provide the trade. Yeah, Fang will respect the incendiary. So they concede, and we will reset.
Well, B would be the right call that you were talking about now. They could use Fang smoke towards the door. Furlan is the man attempting to respond to that, and he's actually going to grab the AWP. If he posts up back a platform, this could be perfect. And I feel the void that Milky has left, and they're going to cheat Fiku over towards A as well. So this biff towards long between Floppy and Lehman could be meaning a lot. Mollied out, big shot, another man advantage here for Complexity. I'm not going to say anything.
No, you did. You just said it from the tone of another. I'm on the same page, and Junior has not finished off his meal. Fiku down, that's it. 2 frags now, 2 AWPs now, 1 site each. There's not been a better chance for Complexity to find the close now. Ego, a nice string of rounds.
You know the Ultimate plays A with the AWP, but you know that 100%. So if you were to go short or long, you're going to have to throw a body away for free. But Furlan picking up the secondary AWP again could still be the difference maker here.
Posted. If he go try, he will find JT. And there is a commitment. Fang's already overrun. This is great space taken from the Canadian. He misses his chance. Not the second, though, headed for a victory. It's Ultimate miles away. He's got to get through Floppy, who's contained the mid-cross. And Complexity eventually pulling this one across the line. Floppy to finish. 3 from him and Fang combined.
Okay, well, that one felt like it could have been closed out a lot earlier there, but Ego showing resilience here again. We saw it yesterday on Mirage. They wouldn't give up, and here, even in 3v5 situations, but the smirks on the faces, I think the North Americans know that this one should have been done and dusted a little bit earlier, but JT, he's shown up.